everybody, and welcome to Minecraft. Today I did a challenge where I tried to play Minecraft without iron. And since iron is one of the main things that you have to use in Minecraft to progress, this was really difficult. Also, according to YouTube statistics, only 4 of you are subscribed. So, if you like what you're watching and you want to see more, please subscribe and like the video. Let's get started. So the first thing I did after collecting wood was find a cave, and I was going to get myself some stone. Because in this challenge, I have to rely on entirely stone tools unless I miraculously find diamonds. Because I wasn't allowed to use any iron. I couldn't mine iron in a ravine. I couldn't get iron from a chest. I couldn't even grab iron nuggets. The only way I was going to be able to get to the nether in this challenge too was finding a flint and steel in a ruined portal chest. And even though I knew that, I had already instinctually grabbed flint at the beginning of this video because I thought I'd have to craft up a flint and steel. I knew after thinking about this challenge just a little bit more and about what I'd gotten myself into that I was going to have to rely a lot on structures and the things that I find. So once I finished crafting up all of my tools, I set off. Soon I found some cows that I collected for food and also for leather because I realized that I could make leather armor and that would at least be something in comparison to iron armor. Then I decided I might as well have some variety in my food, so I went and got a bunch of other types of food. At one point I saw some horses in the distance, but I couldn't bring myself to kill them, so I went for the sheep. Not long after, I came across a ravine, and I realized that nothing inside of the ravine was useful for me. Oh, I can't get any of that. Yeah, I was pretty upset about it. Eventually, I came to the side of this mountain, and I had run out of sprint, so I decided this would be a good place to just cook up some food and, get myself ready for the rest of my journey. I killed a cow and cut down a tree, and got started on making myself smokers so that I could cook my food faster. I got myself some more stone, and then I was pretty much ready. I was set. Soon enough, I found a ruined portal, and this made me very excited because right off the bat, I saw that it was like mostly completed. And when I looked in the chest, it literally had everything I needed. Like, I promise you guys, I did not plan this. I was so excited. I just realized I'd have to get rid of this crying obsidian. How long does it take to mine crying obsidian with a wooden pickaxe? Yeah, my voice recognition sucks. Let's just hope this isn't very much longer, because it's getting dark, and I feel like a mob is going to kill me, like, any second now. Actually, a mob is going to kill me any second now, aren't they? How close am I, though? I'm pretty close, I think. Oh my gosh, this is terrible! Oh my actual gosh, okay. I decided that I'd have to sleep before I could even think about going to the nether, so I made a bed and went to sleep. And when I woke up, I had a revelation. I needed leather armor, but I couldn't make pants, so I just settled for a cap. I figured that I did want to go to the nether, but not yet. There was no way I was going to be able to survive in the nether. I was thinking I could search for a couple more structures first so that I could maybe be ready for the nether. I almost fell in a hole here, which was genuinely terrifying, but I didn't, luckily. And so I set off on my boat and was ready to just find anything in store for me. There was a desert just right around the corner, and I was really excited because I knew that I could find like desert temples or maybe a desert village. There's a well. It wasn't really, I was not interested in the well. I was kind of disappointed by it. But I did see a village off in the distance, and so I went for the village and decided that I would start trying to loot that. There was a bed in the first house that I took because I'd need beds to kill the ender dragon. I got some food from here. I decided that I was going to almost fall in another hole and take some of the villagers' crops because I need food. Then I figured that I would loot the rest of the village, and I actually ended up finding a chest that had only one raw pork chop in it. And that kind of made me like think about what does like villages really have in them. So I searched it up, and it turned out that like I had no hope of finding a shield at all, because one of the things I was hoping to find, or at least maybe have, was a shield so that I could be able to protect myself while I was fighting blazes in the nether, but it seemed like I wasn't going to be able to do that. I finished looting the village, got a couple more beds, and actually found a saddle, which I was super excited about because that means I could travel way faster if I found a horse. But I actually ended up finding a donkey across the way, and I was like, this is my steed. So I went over and I tamed the donkey, and I had made a nameless best friend. Right after me and the Nameless Donkey's dance party, I found a ruined portal that was literally right by the village, searched for the chest, and I actually got some armor, which I was super excited about because that meant I had at least a bit of protection. Even if it was gold and it would break, I was still happy. I noticed that there was a shipwreck literally right next to that as well. There was a ton of things around here. I was very excited about that. So I went to loot it and checked inside of the chest. And guys, this chest just teased me. It literally had all iron, but it had one diamond, which I was excited about. That's the diamond. That's pretty cool. So I kept going, and I actually got to another village. Crafted myself up some bread because I knew I'd need a lot of food. I just didn't want to die of starvation, so I just kept getting food. I grabbed a couple more things from some houses, and then there was this angry guy who sort of creeped me out, and I traveled a bit longer and came to a shipwreck, which I went down to loot right away. I was really hoping for a buried treasure map because if I could get one of those, chances are there would be some diamonds on the inside. So I went in and I looted the chests. There wasn't anything very good in the first chest, considering I already had a gold chest plate. And then, luckily, I was so excited to find that in the second chest, there was actually a buried treasure map. I was so excited, but my excitement could not have been ruined faster. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I went towards where it was and found the spot and got it right. No, I did not get it right away. I kid you not, I was literally looking for this thing for probably about like a good like 10 minutes, maybe even longer than that. I could not find it. I Googled to try and figure out like the best way to find buried treasure, like what coordinates it would be, but it still took me forever, and I was kind of disappointed with only one diamond from the chest, but I was not going to let this discourage me. I was going to go to the nether. I got back to my portal and I was going to get ready. I gathered up some stone. I put stuff away, and I had everything that I needed to go and get myself some blaze rods. I got into the nether, and the first thing that I saw was a soul sand valley, and I'll admit I was feeling kind of scared. I went right back out of the portal and decided that I was going to need some dirt. So I decided to gather it with Richie. Richie? Is that a good name for a donkey? Yeah, that's his name. And I went right back in, and literally right behind my portal there was a fortress. I did not see it the first time I went in. I don't know how, because it was literally right there. So I decided this is good. I'm going to be able to get my blaze rods. The only problem was that it was in a soul sand valley, and there were going to be a lot of mob spawns. So I decided to dig down and try to get to it by digging through just the mountainside next to it. But I realized that I was in a really risky position to take fall damage, so I had to be really, really careful. And then I made the biggest mistake of my life. I immediately went back through with a stone sword and some cooked cod. I needed my stuff back. I was determined. There was a gas which was shooting at me, which was making this even scarier, but I was confident. I was totally fine. I ended up digging straight down a basalt pillar to avoid taking fall damage, but there was a blaze guarding my stuff. He was not going to let me have my stuff. I was terrified. I got lower down, got attacked by a magma cube, and then hid behind this very conveniently placed basalts and tried to get the blaze to shoot at me so that I could go attack it. Once I did that, well, you'll see what happened. And I died again. But I had one last trick up my sleeve. I had something that I could not possibly die with. I had my diamond sword. I crafted it up and I was ready. I was taking all my stuff, going all in, and I was going to kill all of the blazes. I was going to kill all of the wither skeletons. I had all of the confidence in the world, and I had a boat. I was ready